Hello and welcome to The Truth, where we swear to tell the truth, the who truth, and nothing but the truth. My name's Lucy Luscious, and this is...
My name is Mouse. In our headlines tonight,
the planet Mondo Karun has been devastated by space babies.
That's a heavy story. In lighter news, the true extent of Kate Stewart's, flouting of child labour laws, that's come to light.
A new study has revealed the troubling effects of eating music.
Yeah, so, the reason the TARDIS has been groaning since Wild Blue Yonder, and only since Wild Blue Yonder, we've discovered why that is.
Could it be that Rogue is actually the Doctor?
Wait, what? Rogue is the Doctor? What? What are you talking about? How can it be? I believe it because it's been presented here on The Truth. So later tonight we're going to have two schools of thought battling it out in the marketplace of ideas, both trying to explain why Ruby, when she's pretending to be a Cholder, when she does the neck twitch, it makes the Cholder neck twitch sound. Things are going to get quite heated.
We also have information on Sutek's fart of death.
And Krasko victorious?
Holy shit, that can't be true, can it? All this and more tonight on The Truth.
Because we're going to do a Season 1 expose, revealing the truth
behind everything they don't want you to know.
Shocking scenes today from Mondo Karun. Those of you of a sensitive disposition may be advised. Today, there was a disaster. The terrorist cell known as Space Babies destroyed the planet with no warning or hesitation. This attack has left us all devastated and shocked, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those who died. The Shadow Proclamation have hired the Judoon. The Judoon are seeking these despicable criminals, and the one who sent them, known as the Doctor. If you have any information that could lead to his capture, please call this number, 555 55 55 5 555 5555 01. You can make a difference and bring this criminal to justice. The neighbouring planets have closed their borders to all refugees. They are now in a dire situation. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, and I'm sure you'll agree that man is Ed Miliband, who has decided to grace us with his presence here today. Ed, how does it feel to be the saviour of humanity? That's very humble of you, Edward. Ed, what's your plan? He's outlined his bold plan. He will fistfight Keir Starmer to the death, and by right of combat become Prime Minister. He will open our borders to the refugees and make us part of the Dubarry-Duplessis system. Ed, we're behind you 1000%. Do you have any closing words of comfort for us, Ed? He's here to fight Tories and drink soy milk. And he's all out of soy milk. We wish you well, Ed. He said he doesn't need our wishes. Victory is assured. To give more in-depth analysis and insights on this terrifying criminal, this sadist known as the Doctor, and his lifelong career of crime and terror, I shall now hand you over to Professor Voltraud Goldfrapp for the Intergalactic Institute of Psychology. On today's day of tragedy, Moon Monkey signing off. Professor. Thank you for having me on the show, Moon Monkey. This is a very interesting case. Herr Doctor revels in destruction. He leaves a trail of ashes where he steps. We have to ask ourselves, why is this? Is this the way he was raised, or does he do it out of sadistic enjoyment? Did he, for fun, crash this satellite into a planet and wipe out the entire population? Why did this monster of Mondo Karun do these despicable acts? He has a long case history, I've discovered. I have it on good authority. He suffocated spiders. He banished a child there to a barren dimension, where even now they are probably eating each other to survive. We can all agree that is a horrific fate and a long time to suffer. Not to be compared to that time he put a little girl into a mirror. Every mirror. He committed genocide of the entire Vervoid race before they even had a chance to flourish. He knowingly blinded innocent Daleks, knowing they have emotional problems when they cannot see and their vision is impaired. He gave the cyber race such horrible emotional problems that their heads exploded, yeah? He let the poor boy, Adric, die, and he did nothing to save him. Even though he could, and we all know it. This is one he called a friend. What would he do to those he called an enemy, or those he thought slighted him? What would he do to the home audience? What would he do to you, my friends? From the analysis of the snot-covered black box, we've discovered footage, shocking footage, of him terrorizing and reveling in the fear of little babies. Fear he caused. We do not know why he did this, but this is a clear pattern of behavior for this disturbed individual. I have heard that this doctor has had extensive therapy, not with me. Why does he continue to do this? Has he gained no insights into himself? Or maybe he looked so deep into himself that he found only darkness. We must understand what therapy is and what it is not. Therapy helps you make better decisions for yourself, not other people, yeah? It displaces his guilt. He displaces the blame from himself and projects it onto his own victims. No doubt this doctor blamed these space babies for the harm he inflicted on them. He displaces his guilt he has about killing. As he murdered this dog, he blamed the dog for making him kill the dog. Is it true he uses many disguises? Yeah, this is very true. He alters his face on many occasions. These disguises are mere masks, so he can avoid responsibility and say, that was not me, it was someone else. But it was him. He did these terrible acts and flees from them. He never stays in one place for too long to see the consequences of his actions. We call him the Doctor. But Doctor Who? Who indeed? Herr Moon Monkey. Who indeed? That is a question we all need to ask. This hurling of a space station filled with innocent space babies is just a Tuesday to the Doctor. This is an established pattern of distraction. Heaven help us when Wednesday comes. Professor Goldfrapp, thank you. It has been a pleasure, Herr Moon Monkey. And you can buy my book, I, Goldfrapp, in all good stores for the modest price of 5,555 space marks. Available in all good retailers, especially Kablam.com. we get a 10% discount. You owe it to yourself for good mental health, yeah. Next!
Alright, it's time to blow this wide open. We've all seen how UNIT has employed children, flouting child labour laws, but it goes so much deeper. How did they pay for the tower? They paid for it with child labour. You know the tower that came before this in The Power of the Doctor? I think UNIT learned from how that was built, which was through child labour too. Because when Tegan fell, what happened to her? Janet Fielding has been asked this, and you know what she says? She says that she bounced. That's how she survived. Now how would you bounce if not for a trampoline? And why would you have a trampoline if not for kids? Kids built that tower, UNIT learned from that, and built their own tower with child labour. Wake up, sheeple. UNIT's doing a lot more wrong than we think. Oh, and you want to know the troubling effects of eating music? I'll tell you. The troubling effects of eating music are the troubling effects of eating anything. It comes out as poo. It comes out as shit. That's why the music maestro cannot play anything good. Because they ate all that music and the music they make just comes out as poop. As for the TARDIS groaning, think about it. The TARDIS is being edged by Sutekh. Sutekh's really the god of foreplay if you think about it, at least from the TARDIS's perspective. Not the god of death. You know what the French call the mini-death? Le petit mort? That's what they call an orgasm, and that's what kind of death Sutekh is the god of. You want the truth? You want the truth? There is no truth. There's only what I tell you. Let me tell you one thing. Rogue is the Doctor. Because you know how in Fugitive of the Jadoon they work out that they're the same person when they keep saying the same thing? Rogue does that with the Doctor when they start accusing each other of being the Chulder. The truth is only accessible through my mouth. As for Ruby's inexplicable neck twitch sounds in Rogue, there's only two possibilities. One, an actual Chulder made the neck sounds at exactly the same time as she did, which is clearly not true. What is true is that the psychic earrings did it, because they don't just control your movements, they control smell. And if they control smell, then why not? Why not control sounds? Think about it. It's the only thing that makes sense. And as for Sutekh's fart of death, that weird gas thing that appeared in the time window, well, it wasn't a fart, it was the smoke that came out of one of the epic turds that Sutekh leaves before he moves to another time. Everywhere the TARDIS has been, a Sutekh poo is left in its place. And it gets smoky because of the stinky. What do you mean I ran out of energy to work on this thing and it should have been released months ago? You're talking nonsense. Alright, as for Krasko Victorious, think about it. They didn't actually kill him, they just sent him back through time. And honestly, maybe they accidentally sent him forward in time. The point being that he managed to make enough small changes that Dot and Bubble happens. Krasko won. Out of the jaws of defeat, he chomped his victory. Ow! So there you go, that's all the truth. Probably a format we will never do again, because it's a bit of a faff. But you know, if you like it, let me know, maybe we'll do more. As for now, thanks for catching us here on The Truth.